Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm going to show you a blank table. By the way, if you want to see me finishing this thing, there's a video in the project. Oh!
Wait, why did you tip it over? Alright,
It's Godzilla!
From Singular Point.
That's right, guys. So, Singular Point is the newest Godzilla that is on Netflix. And it is an anime. And Netflix has been doing a lot of animes. I don't know if you guys like animes or not. Leo, what do you think? Leo's digging the animes. I think animes some of them are pretty cool. So, but they're anime heavy on Netflix these days. So, but anyway, so there it is, the Godzilla Singular Point, and I have not watched through that whole thing. You watched the first season, right? What'd you think?
Yeah, well,
Like it?
I thought that the fact that Godzilla literally destroyed himself was, I didn't really like that part. Godzilla always wins.
little spoiler alert there, guys. But I have not watched the actual whole thing. So, but apparently there's a toy out already for Singular Point.
Actually, there's like a couple of them.
This is the
Bandai version, but there's also a Bandai SMI Spirits one that has like.
Oh, the Smashy Spirits. That's the SH Figure Arts one. That's a high-end one. That one is closer probably to where the NECAs are coming in, guys.
Well, actually, it's like $119, $120.
Yeah, that's the SH Figure Arts. It's Tamashii Nations. That's their Bandai's really high-end line. This one is just from the Movie Monsters line, and
you know, technically, you don't count that as a movie. You count that as a TV show around Netflix.
Yeah. So you can see he's got an extremely long tail, and they kind of quit. See, they got a little sloppy here on the paint, a little spill over there, and they decided not to paint this. Oh, look, guys, we got. Yeah, that's right. Oh, Godzilla is picking Leo's nose with his tail. And let's see what else we got going on here. The usual scale ridge pattern. So what's weird is that some of these have silver and some of them don't. Very interesting coloring choice. And then he also has these sort of sideburns. Godzilla sideburns, kind of. That's what I'm going to call these. The Godzilla sideburns kind of wrapping around here. He's got this silver thing going right down his center, and again, it's not painted very well. And of course, here he is on the side. Now, little bit different scale pattern here, and you can see he's got, man, they're just really sloppy. Holy moly! So obviously they did this with an aerosol because we got overspray all over everything. But and you can see when they did his nails, they didn't quite do this all the way. Yeah, one of the more frustrating things that I'm finding with a lot of these toys, especially since the pandemic happened, is that a lot of these are just like quality control is just out the window. It's really, really frustrating. So we do have, and again, the same thing with his hands, his fingernails. This is all the articulation. There's nothing on the tail, nothing on the head. This is all, come at me, bro. Come at me. I'm going to elbow you to death. This is all of there's just rotation for these Bandai movie monsters, so
I know really good pose you can do.
Okay, we'll give it to you in a second. We're going to take a look here at his mouth and his teeth. He's got like these horn things kind of coming out of his teeth, so it's a cool look. It's an interesting, sort of unique, maybe an alternate look for Godzilla. I think it's cool. I like the classic lines a little bit better, but I think this one's definitely kind of cool. And of course, he does have that nice medium gray coloration as well.
Look, it's like
it's almost like he's anime running.
Oh, yeah. Well, anyway, I had this really good joke. It's like animators are up. It's like the animators were basically up at 12 a.m. and they got so tired they did a terrible job on the paints.
Well, it wasn't the animators. So The process is a little bit like you have sculptors. So the sculptors just do, they put all the lines in it, all the detail lines that you can see in his scales and stuff like that. And then that goes somewhere else, so that it's kind of weird that his back legs don't move at all. You'd think those would rotate too. Do they rotate? They don't, do they? Oh, they do. Oh, guys, I missed that. That's an attractive pose. So, guys, some I missed.
He's doing a yoga pose.
Yeah, I missed that the legs rotated. So his legs and his arm rotate, and that is just that looks like the one form of Shin Godzilla when you do it like that. Where remember, like he's just kind of dragging himself along the ground, just kind of worming it, squirming it.
Oh, yeah. I thought this was like a better version of Shin Godzilla.
Yeah, Shin Godzilla, guys. So as far as movies, I love that movie. That was a really good movie. I mean, it's another variation of Godzilla, of course, but that was just a really, really good movie. So as far as this one,
dragging himself along the ground, eating all the grain.
He's always eating grain. But anyway, so once the sculptors do all that stuff, then they send it off to make a mold of it, and then once the mold comes out,
he's doing the classic that he would do in the movie.
Once the mold comes out, what'll happen is you'll get the actual painters trying to get the render, right? Because originally they do it as a drawing, or they pick like animation cells, and what they'll do then is try to paint it to match the actual drawing or whatever. But most of these are painted probably by hand.
Yeah,
so.
I wish we had another scale to see how big this thing was. I mean, compared to a NECA.
Oh, he's bigger than NECA. Nope, I think not by a whole lot, but he's definitely a little bit larger.
He runs into a wall.
It just doesn't have the detail or the articulation of a NECA, but the Bandai Movie Monster line is really just more for like displays. They're not really meant to be superposable. It's just like, you know, is it hollow inside too? Probably is, huh?
Not like we're just gonna take it apart in this video.
Huh?
Not like we're just gonna take it
No,
apart.
no, we're not. But if it's lighter, then
he doesn't know how to get through a door, so he runs into a wall.
I think this one's just those movie monsters are almost like starter Godzilla collections, I think, because if you like it, then it can kick you off into the more expensive figures. But if Godzilla turns out to be not your butter, then not your cheese, then you can flame and Fritos with the peaches into outer space with some sausage pudding.
Wait, what?
I mean, you can just then not spend a whole bunch on pursuing a line that you may or may not really appreciate.
Okay.
So I think that's where they're really aiming that at. It's like an introductory figure, but the detailing is still really quite good.
How do I get through why is there a golden circle on this wall? And why is there a discolored panel? Doesn't know what a door is.
So one of the things with the Bandai Movie Monsters is if you want to practice customizing and painting them yourself, like if you decide that he should have electric blue on his like on these triangles here for his tail, you can do that, and if you wind up ruining it, it's just not a whole ton of money.
Yeah.
So there's customization opportunities here as well.
You can make the atomic blast one.
Yeah, you could, if you wanted to try to create one out of resin, you could. Yeah. I don't know if you'd hold it. You'd probably have to like glue it in or something. But I mean, there's like the soft vinyl figures like this. I think there's definitely some opportunity spots there. Possibly it could even be something that if you decide to want to make a movie and then have them come out of the water, like you could potentially do something with those as well.
Where you could put the Bandai in the water and it wouldn't affect your bath at all.
Well, you wouldn't really want to do it with, I don't think, a whole lot, because it'd be hard to get the water out if you got any of it inside. Same with the NECA, but I mean, I think there's just more opportunities, and you wind up oh, whoa, that's interesting. I didn't see that on the back of his leg. Let me see a second. If you wind up trashing it, it's these are usually only $10 figures. Look at this on the back of his legs. This is really interesting. I never noticed that before. He's
He's
got these little spiky things.
It makes him look even more like a chicken.
That is so, yeah, kind of. That is interesting. I didn't, wow. So there's lots of cool touches to this. But I mean, that's probably the singular point figure itself. But I mean, as far as just like an entry level thing, you got some really solid detailing here.
He'll be a good part to our collection.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool, yeah.
He'll be a really good part.
And he's got that just obscenely long tail. That's like a crazy long tail. The tail is longer than the actual body is, I think. Shin was like that too, though. He had that really, really, really crazy long tail.
Even longer than this one.
Godzilla's and their long tails, man. What are you gonna do?
You mean Godzilla? Giant lizard?
There you go.
I mean, how's Godzilla even created? Like, some experiments?
So the story goes that he was made from nuclear weapons being detonated in the ocean, and somehow the radiation changed him, and then he became the fearsome monster that he is today. Is somewhat how the lore goes, but and if I'm saying it wrong, sorry in advance. Don't send us comments.
No.
But you could definitely look it up if that's something that you're interested in, for sure. But that's vaguely how I remember the story.
He wants to give you a hug.
Oh, Godzilla.
No, now he's pecking grain again.
There you go. Yeah, it's been a while since you've done one of these Godzilla figures, and always welcome to see a new face. But there it is, guys, the Bandai Movie Monster Collection version.
When he croaks. Look, when he croaks.
Godzilla. Singular point.
I mean, he does the...
You know, this one actually says 2012 on his foot. So I'm kind of wondering if this was, maybe Singular Point was a comic, like a manga or something, before it became an anime.
Where does it say 20? Huh.
So there's lots of interesting things going on here, guys.
No.
I'm not 100% sure about that.
What if that's just the product number?
Yep, it could be that too. But Singular Point I thought was relatively new.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. I'm getting lost on all these time frames, but anyway, it's a very cool figure. And guys, definitely check out the show on Netflix if you like the cartoon versions of Godzilla. But there he is, guys. Hopefully you dug the video. If you did, please give us a thumbs up. Hit the red subscribe button if you have not done so already, guys. If there is a blue bell and comments available, please feel free to utilize either or both if you care to do that, guys. Whether there is or not, please come follow us on our Twitter feed where updates the channel are made by myself when they happen. And of course, you can find Twitter exclusive content such as if Leo does a display with this guy. Available only on our Twitter feed, guys. If you use Twitter, please come follow us there. We would love to have you. And here he is, one last look at the breakdancing Godzilla from Singular Point. And we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
I'm not okay.